Alright, to begin with this problem we have on the board, I'm going to start solving from question A. And question A says we should rearrange the equation 3x plus 2y minus 8 is equal to 0 in such a way that y becomes the subject of formula. So that's our first focus. Let's go. To do that, I have to separate every other term on the left-hand side, taking them to the right hand to leave y on the left-hand side. So that's going to leave me with 2y on the left-hand side is equal to positive 8 because it's crossing minus 3x. All right, the next stage of things I'm going to do to let y stay alone is to divide both sides by the coefficient of y, and here the coefficient of y is 2. So when this is done, you notice that y is equal to 8 minus 3x all over 2. This is it. You can write your answer like this, or you may choose to simplify it by dividing each of the terms making up the numerator by 2. That is going to give us 4 whole minus 3x over 2, written this way. Alright, so whichever way you write your answer out of these two is correct. Having done that, we are done with question A. Question B says, write down the gradient of the line. Alright, this is where our knowledge of differential calculus or our knowledge of differentiation comes in. Since from the problem we solved in A, our y is already equal to 4 minus 3 over 2 of x is what we have. For us to know our gradient, there are two approaches we can employ. One is to differentiate by looking for the y/ds of this function on our right hand side, and if we differentiate this, we end up with negative 3 over 2 because the differentiation of a constant gives us 0, while where the power of x is just 1, we are left with the coefficient. So this is the gradient. This is one way to solve it. Or you will also use your normal equation of a straight line, y is equal to mx plus c. In that case, you will see that this y represents our y here, our c, which is the constant, represents 4, while the mx, the m is the coefficient that stands right here, which is our gradient, negative 3 all over 2. So whichever process you apply, you still land at negative 3 over 2. Therefore, we have solved the second question. Question C says, write down the coordinates of the point where the line crosses the y-axis. That is the C question. This is one of the easiest questions we've answered so far today. For us to be able to write the coordinates of the line, just imagine yourself drawing the graph on the different axes, the y and the x-axis. Okay, now this is our x-axis, this is the negative x-axis, and remember your point, this is the 0 point. For the line to cross the x-axis, whichever way it goes, whether it goes negative or it goes on the positive side this way, or straight like this or like this, however it happens, you would notice that the exact spot where any line crosses the y-axis is the line 0. So why it is, you notice that the x value is always 0 whenever it crosses the y-axis. So what this means is that the x value is obviously going to be 0. So for us to know the y value, all we need to do is to substitute 0 into our equation, which is y is equal to 4 minus 3 all over 2. So I'm going to erase this and then I'll do that. With our x being 0, the value of our y is obviously going to be written using the equation y is equal to 4 minus 3x over 2. So I'm going to substitute 0 in place of x, and that's going to leave us with y is equal to 4. Therefore, The coordinates of the point where the line crosses the x-axis are x, y is the same thing as 0, 4. So the coordinates are 0 and 4 as you see here. Therefore, we are done solving the last question as well. Alright, as always, thank you for watching Whiteboard Math Party. Subscribe to this channel. See you soon.